tight end Treylan Davis. Questions for Treylan?
So, Treylan, just the use of tight ends this year compared to, I mean, you've been here 3 years now, so your first two, is the usage different, you think, going to be this year?
I wouldn't say too much different, but we are a lot more involved. I'm excited about being more versatile in our team, in our position room this year. We've got guys that can do a lot of both, and I'm excited to see how that plays into the season.
You've been noted as a blocking tight end. Do you think you've improved as a receiver too? Was that the first title probably overlooked your passing skills originally?
I don't know. I can have the ability to do a little bit of both. I wouldn't say I'm too much of a downfield threat, but a lot of us are capable that way. Cole's great in the box. He's great as a receiver as well. We've got a lot of young guys stepping into that role of being able to block, stick their head into blocks, catch balls, make moves in the open field. And this camp, I've had a lot more success than that too.
What's Blaine Stewart done to help you with your game?
He's an excellent motivator. He's a great leader. He gets a group of guys together. Anybody on this team will tell you that his energy's awesome. And he knows what he's talking about. His technicalities of the game, he knows the game well, especially with this position. A lot of little things that I've kind of overlooked in the past, he's brought to.
Like what?
Footwork stuff, hands inside. I mean, leverage, whether it's coming off the ball, hand placement on defenders. He's awesome in every sense of it.
When you found out he was going to be your coach and you learned that he was with the Steelers, did that catch your attention a little bit?
Absolutely, yeah. I was super excited to be with a guy that's seen the best of the best do what they do every day.
And were you picking his brain on different guys? I mean, Steelers have got a pretty good tight end room up there.
Yeah, absolutely. They did, and they had some awesome fullbacks too, which we emulated a lot of both. And so we watched a lot of their film stuff, and we try to learn from those guys because they did a really great job last year.
You mentioned it, but what does Cole bring to the room this year?
He's a great guy. He's a stand-up guy. He's a leader. He's seen big-time football. He's experienced. He played at LSU. That doesn't get much crazier than that on game day. So he's good in pressure situations, and he's a great downfield guy. He's went up and made plays that, not even a lot of receivers are making. So I'm pretty excited about him.
What do you have to do when you're on the field? In other words, you've got personnel that kind of dictate whether you're going to run or pass. How do you make that so that it doesn't tip off what you're going to do, whether you're on the field or whether Cole's on the field, whether you're both on the field?
Right.
What do you have to do to make sure the defenses aren't getting tipped off?
I'd say balance and alignments. That's huge. Going from week to week, not leading in with this formation, they're doing this, that kind of stuff, and even keeping him in the box at times or keeping me at the box at times. Just keep people guessing, not having one to do too much more than the other.
Maybe Garrett or Dika throw you a few balls.
Hopefully so.
Campaign a little bit. You say, "Hey, I'm open."
I've heard a couple assistants, I think Blaine and Coach Reagan, talked about tight end being, other than quarterback, the only position that's kind of involved in every aspect of the offense. How do you kind of view playing tight end? Because it's, pass protection, run blocking, receiving, all of it.
Yeah, it makes it a lot of fun. You learn a lot more football that way, because one play you're out in the slot running for a ball. Next play, you're blocking down linemen that are 300-pound guys. So you get a lot of it, a lot of motion. So you got to know everything too, and that's important. And we made note of that as well.
What does the name Rob Gronkowski mean to you? I mean, the tight end position, it kind of ebbed and flowed. There are times when people used it, they didn't use it. Now everybody wants tight ends.
Yeah.
Was that a big name for you growing up?
Absolutely. Yeah, Gronk, and then now it's Kittle, and you hear Kelsey's name all the time. There's a lot of these guys that are, and Zach Ertz, they're all phenomenal. But Gronkowski really changed the name of the tight end in a lot of ways, because he's a big guy. Nobody would really see him as the craziest athlete, but he's a really good football player, and he did phenomenal in every sense of the word tight end.
Did that steer you to be wanting to be a tight end?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And it definitely helped with the way I grew. So my dad was an offensive lineman in the MAC conference at OU, and so I was raised to be a big guy. You know, from Pee Wee, he taught me, rules within inside the box because he thought I was going to be big, and I was a little leaner than him. So,
Well, when did that switch? When did you start catching balls?
high school,
High school?
yeah,
Like freshman year of high school or on into high school?
all the way through. I would say middle school all the way through high school.
Okay, so you were always a tight end.
A lot of I played tight end, I played quarterback, running back. Played middle linebacker. I played free safety my freshman year of high school. So I was a little bit all over the place from the get-go.
To his point, talking before about all the skill sets that you need to do that position, I mean, it's a pretty versatile deal. Not only you got to be big and strong and athletic, there's a lot of things they ask you to do.
Yes, sir.
Just talk about the different skills that you need to be a good quality college tight end.
Yes, sir. I would say size definitely helps. Length, quick foot speed, getting off the ball fast. Hands, pad leverage, a lateral ability to move laterally, change speed, change directions, and also be able to break down an open space. When you're blocking corners, safeties, guys that are a lot more athletic than you.
It's a lot of stuff.
It is, yeah.
Just skills for a minute. Personalities. I mean, each position seems to have their own personality. What is a tight end personality?
I've always seen a lot of tight ends that are just versatile guys. They can stand up in a crowded room and talk to whoever. They're very personable, but they're also tough. They'll get the job done, and then usually they're the people you call and can rely on.
Is that a fair assumption, though, that like safeties are angry young men, and cornerbacks are ballerinas or whatever?
There are definitely personalities that go in different positions. Yeah.
Open your eyes when you saw what Iowa State did with tight ends a few years ago. I mean, they were putting 3 out there.
Yeah.
I mean, there was, some schools didn't even have tight ends, and now it's gone from none to having 3 on a field at one time. Speak to what the development of that and where the value of tight ends in the game of football today.
It excites me because it opens up so many more opportunities for the position itself, and like you said, it's changed so much in how people use them, how people value them. I mean, we have a lot of tight ends in our room, a lot more than most places in the country. You used to only carry 4 or 5 tight ends in a room, and now you're seeing some that are 9, 10. So you've got guys that are going to go out and catch a ball. You got guys that are going to stay in the box. So and there's ways to play with all that.
Well, not too many years before you got here, they had none. They didn't have a tight end.
That's unbelievable.
I was going to actually go to that end, even bringing Cole Taylor in. Coach Brown has talked a lot about being more interested in incorporating the tight end as a pass catcher this year, really, than this program's had in a long time. Have you seen that through the offseason in practice and through the scrimmage that, we're definitely really doing that, and how maybe that excited you?
Yes, absolutely.
As well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've seen a lot. We've been doing a lot of things compared to the last few years here. I'm excited at how this position's opening up, and we've got guys that are very capable of doing it. So I'm excited.
Cole's game in particular.
He's a very complete ball player. He's an athlete. You can tell that just by looking at him. He moves well for a guy his size. He moves very well. He's got a football IQ. Whether that's looking downfield at coverages, whether that's in the box. He's played big time football. So he's proven he's doing really well, and I'm excited to play alongside of him.
Treylan, take me back to your recruitment a little bit. I mean, you grew up not that far from Athens. It would have been easy for you to go to your dad's alma mater. Well, why West Virginia? Who else did you look at? What brought you here?
I've always kind of grown up rooting for West Virginia. They were the Buckeyes, and then my dad was with the Bobcats. So those are the Ohio teams. But, West Virginia is a team that it's hard not to root for. I love what their fan base stands on and, the traditions here. And my dad's dad, actually, my grandfather, he retired in West Virginia from the coal mines. So that has a big tie into, I'm a big fan of the blue-collar crowd and the traditions of this program.
How far are you from Parkersburg?
About an hour and 20.
So you go there occasionally?
Yeah, been through growing up playing, travel basketball tournaments, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, absolutely.
Your dad didn't pressure you to become a Bobcat as well?
No, he made sure the decision was mine. He supported me wherever I ended up. I appreciate him through that.
You play them in a couple years, or West Virginia. I don't know if your eligibility will be around or not.
I should be. That should be my last year. I think. Yeah. Yeah.
You were committed to Cincinnati briefly, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, they had a good thing going. That's not too far from home. It's Ohio. Great to get the offer, but is it difficult to kind of say thanks but no thanks, or hey, let's keep in touch maybe? Sounds like it ended up the way you wanted it to, but that was such an uncertain time for recruits too, because you guys are all separated, really couldn't make visits, right?
Yes, sir.
So how do you get through that and make sure you're making the right call and not be nervous or think you're making a mistake and all that complications?
I never got the chance to visit here due to the COVID recruiting process and stuff. But Cincinnati's a great program. I have respect for them. I always will. But I chose to turn my head and come here just due to the way this coaching staff and the fan base here made me feel. I was welcomed from the second I was on the phone the first time with them. And at that time, it was Coach Travis Trickett, and he did an awesome job in the recruiting process. He kept me up to date on everything, and, I fell in love with this place.
You did get to visit Cincinnati, though, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you didn't get to visit here.
No.
How do you like? You see what I'm saying? It seems so weird. You think it'd be the other way around. Once you go somewhere, you experience it, you're more likely to do that. But I guess the pitch, that virtual pitch, was that effective?
Yes, sir, absolutely. And being on the phone with the coaching staff here really sold me. Talking to them, getting to know their personalities through and through. I had a lot better fit here as a Mountaineer.
So, Coach Reagan was your position coach last year. He told us that was the first time he's ever not coached quarterbacks, but it was also the most fun he's ever had. Did you sense that from him, that he was having fun kind of with a new challenge?
Yes, sir, yeah. When I first got here, I never heard really too much from him. And then he came in as our coach last year, kind of threw us all for a loop, and then he ended up being one of the coaches we all got the closest with. It was a fun year. We learned a lot from him, especially bringing the knowledge he had from the quarterback room. We learned a lot of stuff, route-wise, especially timing of plays. He's done a great job, and he still checks in on us at practices and stuff.
You've had a different position coach every year. Is that difficult?
It's definitely been different every year, in styles of coaching and learning from them. But it's been a great opportunity, really, to take different ways of learning from these guys and from different standpoints and viewpoints and opinions, and it's really been more beneficial than anything.
When you look back at last season, was there maybe one area, I guess, that jumps out in need of improvement? Anything in particular?
For me personally, it was just getting off the ball, being efficient, being powerful, explosive, speed, playing with full confidence, and I'm excited to get into all that this season.
You said you didn't get to come here on a visit when you were being recruited. Once you finally got in the building, what was the big thing that maybe shocked you or impressed you once you finally got here?
Oh, this place is beautiful. I mean, there are not very many facilities like this place in the United States. I mean, it's gorgeous here. I love Morgantown. I've always heard great things. I love the feeling of it. Fans here are amazing. They're more like family. Even the neighbors, when we're walking in and out of practice, they're rooting for us, cheering us on, good luck. And we're in spring ball. It's not even the season. So the people here are amazing. The coaching staff takes you right in. These guys on the team are just as good about all that. There's never really any issue with anybody here. We all look out for each other and we root for one another.
How did the reality compare to the perception you had growing up, even though you were kind of a fan back then?
Oh, it definitely led up to all of the hype. Yeah, I grew up playing with Tavon Austin, those guys on NCAA. Watching all their highlights on YouTube and stuff, and then you get here and play in front of the same crowd that those guys did, and it's hard to believe, really. It's an experience that when you're running out of that tunnel and you see all that blue and gold and everybody's there just to watch a football game, it's really a special feeling.
Okay, anything else for Treylan? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.